I love the Green Party. You're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be here. It's supposed to be too hard to build an independent party. Too hard. I've traveled all over the country. When I was co-chair with Anita, I traveled to 37 states in just 2.5 years. And I have seen this party grow. I joined when I was a little younger than Leland Pand. He's just 19 years old, by the way. Yeah, I joined when I was just a little bit younger. I've been a member of this party for 22 years. Today, in Wisconsin, there is a young woman who is the child of DC statehood Greens, who is an up-and-coming activist. We are a multi-generational party. We are growing. That is why I love the Green Party. We stick with it because there's a job to be done. And I want to say, this is quite an election year, isn't it? Quite an election year. I mean, one of these candidates, he sort of reminds me of a schoolyard bully. I mean, the kind of guy who would do something like chase a kid down and cut his hair, or, shove him into a locker, or steal your lunch money. Didn't even need lunch. He had a lunch. He steal your lunch money. And then there's another candidate who sort of reminds me of the guy who's standing there and egging you on and saying, go on, show up after school. Not that this ever happened to me. Maybe it happened to me. I'll be there. I'll be there by your side. And then you show up after school, and he's not there. He's not at your side. I don't know which one is worse. I don't care. I don't care. But what I do know is that this has been going on my entire life. For 30 years, year after year, the rich have been stealing from the poor and gorging on the spoils. They've been jacking up tuition. They've been taxing the working class, taking tax breaks for themselves, occupying every nation on earth. I mean, we're still in Germany. I think the Germans have a pretty democratic system. They're doing pretty well. Now. And I say that as a, never mind. That's another story. They've been doing it for 30 years. And then finally what has happened in the last couple of years is that people have risen up like never before, at least never before in my lifetime. And we've said enough. And you had the occupation of the state capitol. And you had the general strike in my industry in the education sector in Wisconsin. All the students went out. All the teachers went out. It was a general strike in Wisconsin. And then you had Occupy Wall Street and Occupy Freedom Plaza and Occupy spread around the world. And meanwhile, you had the revolutions going on in the Middle East and revolution in Chile. And the Greens came to power in Iceland. And the world started to turn around. And yet, we're still hearing some of the same things. They're still trying to scare us. They're still trying to scare us. They're still saying, if you vote for what you believe in, you will get what you don't believe in, right? But there's a lie to that line, which is that they deliver that line in Texas. They deliver that line in California. They deliver that line in Vermont. They deliver that line in South Carolina. There's this little thing called the Electoral College. I hope it's not around for much longer, but it's still there. The real reason why they deliver the line of fear is because they know that the Greens represent change and that we are competition, and they do not want us to take root anywhere in this country. Safe states, swing states, doesn't matter. They don't want competition. They're not afraid of the Republicans. They're not afraid of losing. They lose all the time. They've made it an industry, losing. If they won all the time, they wouldn't have a job.